Jason Luan, Associate Minister of Mental Health and Addiction for the Government of Alberta, joins us today on Primetime Local News. Minister Luan, first off, thank you very much for joining us today. Give us a sense of how COVID-19 has affected Albertans' mental health during these tough times.
Thank you, Connor. As you know, COVID has done significant negative impact to Albertans for their mental health and addiction, particularly for those people who have existing conditions. But I want to point it out that we're not alone on this. Across all jurisdictions in Canada, it has been like this. I'll just give you an indicator of the nature of the impact. The mental health hotline support phone calls has jumped 40% since COVID came in. So that's give you a magnitude of how much the demand has been out there. Related to that, I do want to bring out that because of that reason, Government of Alberta, at the beginning of pandemic, we rolled out one of the most comprehensive response to COVID-19 mental health addiction, with $53 million added to that. With that sort of new injection of resources, there are three things we accomplished for that strategy. First is we significantly increased people's access to mental health. Whether it's the hotline, whether it's a helpline, phone support, virtual counseling, you name it. In the end of the day, today in Alberta, it doesn't matter where you are, 24/7, you can access one of those services for mental health. If people want to know all that, you can simply Google alberta.ca/mental health. But if it's too much trouble that way, all you need to remember is 211, pick up the phone, call that number, somebody from the other end will help you through there. So that's a significant milestone. The second part is we believe government alone cannot overcome the crisis. We need to leverage with our community partners for their network, for their power and influence. So we put almost half of that 53 million into a grant called Community COVID Grant. With that grant, agencies, nonprofit, church groups, and you name it, community come together and they created various innovative ways while we're maintaining our social distancing, but connecting each other mentally and emotionally to support us overcome the isolation and the challenges imposed on us. Last but not least, we put another 6.4 million into the primary care network, increase the clinical support for mental health support. So I must say that at the time when we finished having this comprehensive package ready for Albertans, March last year, we were the largest in the country. We were the most comprehensive one that led every jurisdiction on that initiative.
Now, with the grant program that's out there, I want to touch a little bit more on the three Lloydminster organizations that are going to be receiving money through this grant, and just talk about how big of an impact this is going to make with them.
In the Lloydminster area, the first agency got the grant funding is Thorn Treatment Center. As you know, they're one of the what I call the first tier treatment facilities in our province. We give them 2.2 million, significantly increased their treatment space. As a result of that, 1,700 more treatment availability has been opened up for people to access the life-saving services. The next part is during COVID, they applied the community grant. What they did is they extended their service virtually. So virtual counseling, virtual access for mental health support has made it available during that time. So that significantly supported people who needed the support services while maintaining social distancing, still receive that. The next one is Interval Home Society of Lloydminster. I believe they received $59,000. They have a suite of virtual support from emergency shelter to helping youth cope with this, to transitional housing, all operated under the condition of respecting the health measures while maintaining connection and support to others. The third one, not the least, is the Lloydminster Residents Recovery Society. This one is so unique because this one particularly targeted for people who have lived experience, who have gone through the system, know how to navigate the system. So they provide peer support with such a unique sort of feature. You can imagine when people are talking to others who understand their challenges, but also been through this and know how to navigate the system, how wonderful that can be. It's like a coach. So we give them 3 grants, total of 96,000 for various peer support and virtual help in that way. I want to take this opportunity to thank not only those localized agencies in Lloydminster area, but all the 200 others across the whole province. It is through their creativity, their network of connecting with people. I think as a result, thousand Albertans was supported during this difficult time of pandemic. So thank you for their support.
Minister Luan, I really appreciate your time. Thank you very much for joining us today.